Now we're talking about the errors. So there is like three different kind of errors. There's a syntax error and runtime error and logic error. So let's go and see what's the syntax error. So the syntax error, it's like anything, any error related to the syntax. So let's say if like, I mistyped whatever out over here, so it's gonna give me error. So this is a syntax error. Um, let's say here I forgot to put string. Okay, so this is a syntax error. So this is one of the error type. The second error, actually, this is the logic error. Okay, which is like when you write the program, okay, you're not gonna see like any error, but when you execute it, when you run the program and execute it, okay, so it gives you like a different results that it should be. So let's say over here, if we try to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit, let's say the 35 degree to Fahrenheit, it should be when we run the program. Okay, so this is a formula. Okay, so when we run the program, it should be like 95. Okay, so let's say here, if you can see here, we put 9.0. Okay, because the different actually 9 over 5. Okay, so it will like give us a number with like a decimal. Okay, so if we put it like that and we run the program, so you see there is no error over here, but when we run the program, so we will get a different results. So this is one of the logic error. So what's the difference between 9 and 9.0? So the difference here, so this is also, I will explain, like, you will understand later when we talk about variables next lecture, but I will explain it here now, and, in the next lecture, you will, like, understand it more. So over here, actually, the numbers, okay, we store it in a variable. So there's many different kind of variables, but here we talk about the integer, which is like, we represented with like that, int. I'm not too sure puts all the variable in the top. So int, okay, let's say int c equals 0, and we have double. Okay, let's say double cc equal 0.0. Okay, so the difference between the integer or double is the integer just if you want to restore like a number without any decimal, and the double here if you want to restore the number with a decimal. Okay, so let's say over here, let's say if this 9.5. Okay, if we restore it in integer 9.5, so it's gonna be only 9. Okay, so you're not gonna look at the decimal. Okay, so just the number itself. Okay, not even gonna round the number, but no, you're gonna just put the number without any decimal. But with the double, actually, we use the number with the decimal, so that's why it gives us different results. So when we run it like that, 9 over 5, so give us 67. But when we put 9.0 over 5, okay, so it gives us 95. Okay, so this is accurate. So this is called logic error. The other things is the runtime error. So the runtime error also, we're not gonna get any message over here or like any highlight of this mistake. But when we run it, we will get error. I will show you, like, let's say system dot out dot print line. Let's try to get the results over like uh, let's say 9 over 0. Okay, and then we close. As you see here, it's no error at all, but we cannot divide by 0, right? Because it's we will get like undefined answer, so there is no we cannot divide by 0. So when you run it, as you see here, there is no error, but when you run it, you will get error. Okay, as you can see here, exception in thread main, Java arithmetic exceptions divide by 0. Okay, so this type of error called um, runtime error. Okay, so right now again we have syntax error. So we have logic error, and we have the runtime error. Okay, so this is the only three type of errors that we're gonna have over here. And now we're gonna talk about like the common errors. There is like some common errors, like sometimes you miss one of those curly braces. Okay, so this is like a common. Sometimes you open the brace and then you forgot to close it. So this is one of the common error. Sometimes also you forgot to end the statement with the semicolons. Okay, so this is also one of the common errors. So if you have like some errors, so and you're like sure about like the code that you wrote, so first things you have to go over all those common errors just to check. You open the curly braces and you didn't close it, or you forgot semicolon in one of those lines, or let's say you don't put the string in double quotation, or you open the container you forgot to close it. So all those error called the common errors. So this is the first error that you're gonna search for if you are like really sure about the code that you wrote. Okay, I hope you guys understand it, and just practice and try to also understand what the difference between like the integer and the double, and also like the syntax error and the runtime error. And I left you all this with the lecture so you can read it and go over it again, and see you in the next lecture. Thank you so much.